Hey guys, welcome back to Shristi Tech Academy. Today is day 8 of our advanced Java Streams API coding series. We were learning about one of the extremely powerful collector, Collectors.partitioningBy. This is part 2 of that particular collector. In part 1, we have learned how to use Collectors.partitioningBy with a list of numbers. In part 2, let us learn how to use the same collector for working with user-defined objects. Our user-defined object, you all know, it is employee. So guys, open your IDE and code along with me to understand how to use partitioning with user-defined objects. Let us get started. So these are the questions that we will be discussing now. Partition employees based on salary. Count the employees in each partition, average salary in each partition, partition IT versus non-IT employees. Let us go back to Eclipse. So these are the questions that we will be discussing now. We will start with the first question. Partition employees based on salary greater than 80K. The first part, convert employees into a stream, employees.stream.collect collectors.partitioningBy. It takes predicate as parameter. Now, what is the condition that we are supposed to provide? Partition the employees based on salary greater than 80K, which means I need to check if the employee's salary is greater than 80K. If it is greater, move on to one segment. If it is lesser, move on to the other segment. Greater takes the key as true, lesser takes the key as false. Okay. One more thing, guys, if you have bumped into this video directly, I request you to watch the previous video before jumping into this coding part. One by one employee object is coming in. emp.getSalary greater than 80K. This is the condition. End this with a semicolon. Let me keep the cursor in partitioning by 80K I have given, 80,000. Keep the cursor in partitioning by. It takes predicate as parameter. It returns a collector. See the output. Map of boolean and list of employee. If the key is true, it will have a list of employees having salary greater than 80K. If the key is false, it will have the list of employees having salary lesser than 80K. That's it. Copy this and have it as the return type. Even if you want to do a cross check, means check in collect. Map of boolean list of employee. emp map is equal to, one more angle bracket is needed. Now let us print it. Sys emp map dot get by passing true. This means it will return the employees having salary greater than 80K. Employees with salary greater than 80K. The next one is emp.get of false. Not necessary that you need to give it like this. You can also iterate it and print it. Let me run this first. It is giving the complete data. Let me maximize the console. I don't want it like this. I want it in a better way. So let us iterate it and print it. empmap.get will return a list of employee. So let us get it as list of employee higher paid employees is equal to empmap.get true and iterate this. So I don't want to print everything. I just want to print the employee name and his salary plus employee.getSalary, and I'll comment these two lines. Let me have a println statement like this. Employees with salary greater than 80K. The same thing we will do it for employees with lesser salary. With salary lesser than 80K. Lesser paid employees. This is false and this is the variable. Let us run this. Here we have got the output. Employees with salary greater than 80K, 3 employees. Employees with salary lesser than 80K, I have got a list. Even if it is 80K, it will come in this particular range only. Let me check why I am having caveat twice. Yeah, here we have added it right twice. So that is why it is coming. I will remove the last one. We added it for working with collections.toMap. Okay. First one is done. Next, count employees in each partition. It is very simple. Already we have learnt it in the previous one. You are going to use the collectors.counting. That's it. Let us do the same thing here. Let me add a println statement first. So, count employees in each partition. Then I'll copy this. Employees.stream.collect. The first parameter is the condition. The second parameter should be the collector. Collectors.counting. And now I will end it properly. And what will be the return value? Map of Boolean and long. If you are getting confused about the return value, do not worry. First understand what is the return value for partitioning by. Okay. What is this returning? It is returning a collector where the input is object. Why it is giving object? Because there is an error on the top. If I remove the error, it will come properly. And what is the output? Map of Boolean and long. Now keep the cursor in collect. It will show you the proper value. Because I am having an error, it is not showing it. Let me add the variable. Now keep the cursor. Map of Boolean long. Even if you are keeping the cursor in partitioning by, now it has come properly. Earlier it was showing it as object, right? Okay. Now I'll copy these two lines. Higher paid and lower paid. Count map. Okay. How many employees are paid with the higher salary? How many employees are paid with the lower salary? 3 and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have got the output. Similar to this, if I want to find the average salary, instead of using collectors.counting, we are simply going to use collectors.averaging double. That's it. Let me copy this whole thing as such. Of course, we need a println statement also. I'll copy that. Average salary in each partition, which means average salary of employees having salary greater than 80K and average salary of employees having salary lesser than 80K. Okay. Here also I'll change it to count. Now the second parameter is averaging double. It takes two double function as parameter. The input can be anything, but the output should be a double value. In our case, the input is employee, the output is the salary of the employee. If I need to write, I can write it as emp arrow emp.getSalary using lambda expressions, or use method reference employee :getSalary. Okay. Now this is done. Keep the cursor in partitioning by. See the return type. It returns a collector. Input is employee. Output is map of Boolean and double. Keep the cursor in collect. It will return the exact output. Average map is equal to. Let us add these two lines. Average salary of higher paid and average salary of lower paid. Let me change the variable also. Average map. Save and run. Here we have got the output. I need to remove this count also. Run it. Average salary of highly paid employees 1,21,666. For lower paid employees 43,000. This you can cross check, guys. Now I want to partition the employees into two groups. One is employees from IT department, other one is employees from non-IT department. Let us try that. Employees.stream, collectors.collect, collectors.partitioningBy. The first parameter, we need to provide the condition. One by one employee object is coming in. emp.getDepartment. Let me close this properly. Okay. Now emp.getDepartment. The moment you are rectifying the compiler errors, your content assist also works. Dot equals IT. So this is the condition. We are just expecting the data to be partitioned. We don't need the count. If you want to get the count, that also is possible. You can use collectors.count after this particular condition. Now keep the cursor in partitioning by. Input is employee, output is map of Boolean list of employee. Guys, here when we are working with partitioning by, we are having only two groups. Employees from IT department and employees from non-IT department. If I am using grouping by, I will have multiple departments. Employees from IT, employees from marketing, employees from research, employees from finance, and so on. That is the biggest difference. Department map is equal to, one more angle bracket is needed here. Okay. This time also I am getting a list of employees. So let me get it as a list and then iterate it. List of employee, IT employees is equal to department map dot get by passing true. We need to iterate it for each. So just print the name of the employee. Employee name, employee salary, and of course in case of IT employees, the department is going to be admin only. So I don't want to print that. Let me add a println statement here. So IT department employees. The same thing, let us try for non-IT department. Non-IT department employees, department map dot get false. This should be non-IT employees here. And of course I want the department also, because here the department may vary. Marketing, admin, finance, research. Let me run this. Here we have got the output. Let me add a dummy println statement in between. I am rerunning it again. Non-IT department. We have got the output. There is no space in between. That's it. We have only marketing, HR and IT. So that's what we have got now. So guys, this is all about partitioning. Okay, we have successfully completed day 8 of our advanced Java Streams API coding series. If you have come till this far, then give a pat on your back, because you have learnt so much in these 8 days. If you guys are interested to do full stack coaching together with me, please click on the link in the description to connect with me and get further details. We have 2 more days left out to learn about 2 powerful collectors. Especially on day 10, we will be learning about an extremely powerful and important collector. Do you want to know what are the collectors? Then stay tuned, come back tomorrow to learn about the next collector. See you tomorrow.